Okay. I want to finish. Well, I'm a long way from finishing, that's for sure. Well, let's see, where was I? I am in the parking area of this project. And what I've done, you have to use your section tool. So what I want to do is find out where this pipe is going. So I'll go to the section, right click on it, and let's go to that view. So this is all set up, and what's happening is I'm going up in the wall space. There's this looks like there's a plumbing chase here. I mean, it is what it is. Starting, what is that? Block 37. Let's go to block 37. I'm going to use the architects because I haven't set up the block 37 for my plumbing drawings. This is all this architecture. These are the architecture levels that I brought in from the link view, and each one of these has to be duplicated. What was it, 37? Yeah, okay. Each one of these has to be, click on it, right click, duplicate the view. You know, let's just do that. Let's do that, okay? So when you look at this is the architecture level, okay? And when you look in the properties palette, the architecture, the discipline is architecture. There's no sub-discipline. This is the discipline based on these views. This is a browser organization, so you can set these up however you want to. I don't usually go into this type of setup unless I see there's a benefit for it. Because you can go in here and do all kinds of filtering, let's say, filtering. I'm sure I can go in and filter out L1, L2, you know, based on these discipline, not on sheet fades, all type and discipline, all that kind of stuff. But I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna touch it right now. So let's cancel. So back to the topic at hand. So yeah, this is from the architecture based on the project browser organization, and you go over here, discipline. So I know I'm talking too much, but I don't mind getting off topic. It's okay. That's just what's going to happen in the real world. You're going to get off topic, and the manager's going to come in and say, "I need to see you in my office." So let's just deal with it. So yeah, you take this information, and what I've done, I've copied it, duplicated it. So now, guess what I need to do? I need to go over to my project in my properties palette and change the architecture discipline to, yes sir, to plumbing. And the sub-discipline, yes sir, it's gonna be plumbing. So now you're gonna see that it's no longer here. And yes sir, you're gonna, I'm sorry. Okay, so now that it's in my plumbing, this is the subcategory, sub-discipline. This is the discipline or major discipline. So now I'm gonna go in and rename it. So that's L1. I'm gonna bring this back and call it P dash and try and keep it consistent with the rest of my naming convention. That's block 37. I'm gonna change this water. I don't want that to be an equal sign. I want it to just be a hyphen. Delete hyphen, okay. And let's get back to renaming this block 37. I'm gonna call it block 37 water, because there's going to be two types of systems in this plumbing model. There's going to be water and sanitary. Block 37 space, or it's already a space, hyphen, then we're going to call it water, W-A-T. Okay, so we got all of that. That looks good. So now, what needs to happen? Now I know I started off. Where is it? L1. Do I need L1 up? No, let's just close that out. Water block 37. That's the architects. Let's close that out because I don't like to keep a lot of views open because it can get confusing, or it can get frustrating. I don't know. Maybe it can be inefficient if you have like 10 of those. You got this one open, right? You got East open. You know, you can just populate all your tabs. Let's double click, open. Okay, so try and concentrate on your when you're concentrating on your views. You might want to keep these two as much a minimum as possible, because if this number of views are open, Revit is going to default to this guy, and it's going to populate to like 10 or 12, you know. And so you're going back and forth. Let's see, which one am I working on? Which one? So try and just keep these guys at a minimum. You know, I mean, it's up to you, however you work. But for me, I don't like to have a lot of them open because to me it's inefficient. So I like to keep also like to keep a three-dimensional view open, just because. I think that's my default. Maybe 3 or 4, but I always like to keep a three-dimensional view open, or perspective open. But that's just me. But I think basically you want to keep these tabs at a minimum. Now, what was I doing? So I'm back here. I'm going to close this one, just out of habit. So when you duplicate your view for your model from the architect's model, and more than likely you're not going to have a plumbing model that you're going to reference an existing plumbing model like I'm doing. More than likely you're going to have only an architectural model. You might have a mechanical, you might have another, but whatever discipline you have in your linked project, you want to use as much of that information as possible, okay? Meaning, what I'm going to do now is go to my visibility, okay, and go to my Revit links and look at both the architectural model and the existing plumbing model. So I want to match those up as much as I can, okay? So let's go to host. We're going to go to the display settings. I'm going to go by linked view, and by linked view, I want to go with 37, block 37. So let's see what we have. Block 37, it should be up here somewhere. Where is it? Did I go down far enough? Oh, here we go. Rooms. I guess it's this one. L1, block 37. Rooms. Okay, it looks like that's our only option. You can always go back to the architect's model and open it and see what works best for you. I'm being lazy right now, but I think that's the only one. I'm gonna go rooms. It is what it is. I'm gonna go rooms, and then sometimes I like to click. You know what? I'm gonna make a shortcut. I'm gonna go custom after I do linked views, and then my custom view is gonna be by view range, and I'm not gonna let the link control my view range. I want to control my own view range, so I'm gonna have my view range being controlled by the host, which is me. Okay, so I think those two options usually works well, but you can go in and change all of this however, whatever works for you when you customize it, okay? But link view, you can't customize anything but your link view. But when you go into your customization of your views based on your host, you can, whatever is going on, but that's a phase. So there's going to be a different type of settings in your phase. It's going to be a different type of setting in your color field, whatever it is. So the better you get with Revit, the more you can manipulate these types of settings for yourself however you want. So back to my view range. I want to control my view range. So I'm going to say OK to the architecture linked view. So now I'm going to go down to my plumbing and look at my plumbing display. I'm going to go linked view. And with this particular project model, the way the plumbing set it up, the plumbing set these two up. If you can see, this is water, okay? And without saying that this block 37, L1, block 37, this is sanitary. He didn't, the plumbing, whoever set up the plumbing model didn't put sanitary here, but it's understood if this is water, then by default, this is going to be sanitary. So when I set up my sanitary for block 37, I'll use this link. And when I set up my model, my water model for level 1, I'm going to use this guy. Okay, so I'll use that, block 37. So what I'm trying to do is look at that shaft, okay? So I'll go back to that one after I set all of this up. So I came on to do another look at the section view, but as it goes in the world, you know, things happen. So I don't mind, you know, deviating. So now I'm going to set up my custom view range. Okay, it's not going to be by link view because I don't have any control over that. But I want to be able to control it. Not that the plumbing, whoever set up the plumbing is off, but I just like to be able to control it. Maybe I may see something that whoever set up the plumbing, the existing plumbing model didn't see. So those two I'm setting up similar, and also what I want to do in the plumbing model. And I should go back to the architect's model too and set these up also. In the plumbing model, I don't want any annotation on. And let's see, where are we? Where did I go? Okay, so here, host view, link view. So now I want to customize my annotation category. I want to customize it, okay? So always use custom when you want to customize stuff. I'm going to turn off all of the tags, because I don't need the tags for the plumbing system. And I could go back and in the architect's model also, there's, I might want to turn off, let's see what we have here. I might want to turn off a lot of that information. Okay, so here, this is the area that I was looking at. This is the shaft, okay? But it only goes up to level, right below level 2, okay? So I'm not going to use this shaft for the entire, to go all the way up. So I'll use this wall. So be careful when you're looking at, if there's an existing, you might want to just always be careful what you're doing, because this, when we go back, these pipes, let's take a closer look. I'm going to go to 1/2 inch. So as you can see, these pipes on the existing are being exposed in the upper. I'm going to turn off the plumbing model. This is my model. So these pipes from the existing plumbing model is going up, but it's after you finish if you go through the floor of the second level, it's going to be exposed. So I don't want to do that. Or is that a shaft? Is that still a shaft? I don't think so. No, that's not a shaft. So the shaft stops here. So when you're looking at drawings, just you want to first of all, you want to study your architect's model, and I know you're gonna go back and forth between your model and the link model, whether it's going to be the mechanical model or the architecture model, or in this case, the plumbing model. But mostly it's going to be your architectural model and your mechanical model. That's what you're mostly going to be getting, because you're gonna be the project designer for the plumbing model, and 8, 7, 9 times out of 10, you will be creating the plumbing model. In this case, for this Revit 24, it came with a plumbing model. So I'm taking advantage of the fact that I can look at this and use this in these videos, which I think is kind of cool. So as you can see, we've set up, this is plumbing, level 1, block 37, water. And I want to illustrate this part of it, that I think it's incorrect to continue up through. And when I turn on the plumbing model here, you can see that it continues to go up. These pipes continue to be exposed in the space as you go up. When in fact, maybe they wanted it like that. I don't know. All I know is that there's a shaft, and instead of going in the shaft, I'm going to go in the wall. And then from the wall, I'm going to cross over. This is L1, L4, and the ceiling of L4. And if we go to L4, parking water, let's do this. Where is L4? Plumbing. That's coordinating. I want L4 here. So we can see that it's coming out from the wall. There's a shaft here. That is a shaft. What is that? Let's look. So what it's showing is this shaft. Well, it looks like a shaft. Let's go here. No, here. Okay. And what I want to do now is see what exactly is going on. And to do that, there's other ways of doing what I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to go to my 3D section, but I think you can use, there's a tool up here. Where is it? Modify, manage, annotate, modify. What happened to I thought there was a 3D view up here somewhere. Am I missing it? Systems. Something's not right. Let's do this. I thought there was, where's the 3D view? Maybe it's view. Okay. View. I am not getting any information. What happened? I thought there was okay, I am not feeling this right now. There used to be a 3D icon up here. I don't see it. Is that, no, that's not it. I don't know where it is. I'll look for it some other time. But what I want to do now is find out what's going on with this shaft and how is it related to, where am I? I'm here. Let's go to the 3D section, and I want to, well, maybe it's better to look at PL4 water, because there's ways of looking at views through your cube. And this is the floor plan, and I want PL41 water. That's the floor plan. Let's go here, and I want to turn on the architect's model. Yeah, let's turn on the architect's model, and let's see what's going on here. Okay, so yeah, so that's a very large shaft. That is a very large shaft. So that must be for mechanical. If it is, then these pipes that are crossing at L4, I don't know what the ducts are doing or what the other types of pipes are doing. I have to look at the mechanical and see what's going on. I can get back to that later. Okay, yeah, I'll get back to that later. Let's do this. L4, what do I want? This. So I'm looking at the section. Let's get back to the section view. So that is a very large, where's my section? I think I want this one. Okay, this is where I am. And let's go here. I kind of cut this down a little bit and go back. So this shaft, I'm guessing that it's for mechanical. It goes all the way up to the roof. Jeez. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep these pipes, but still we have to cross over. So it must be for HVAC. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. So, yeah. So, okay. So that's the lesson for today, I think, is to study your drawings, as you know, because you're going to go back and forth between your link models and how you're going to coordinate your plumbing or whatever discipline you're using. Well, plumbing, let's just say plumbing. But haven't gotten to the point where I'm looking at the mechanical and what is going on with this shaft. Obviously, there's something going on, but there's where is it? L4. Maybe I still needed to look at that block. Let's go back. Where am I? Oh, here. Here. What am I looking at? I want to go to the section. I want to go to my block 37 water, and I want to go to my 3D view, this section view. Yeah, because I don't know. I could load it in, but I'm not going to do it now. I think I've been on here long enough. So I'll get to that. I should be getting to that soon. All right. So I hope that helped, guys. I will talk to you guys later.